We're told that our 20s are the greatest years of our life, but really, those 10 years between our teens and our 30s are there primarily to help shape us into who we're supposed to be. In your 20s, you will lose friends, gain friends, fall in and out of love, and learn that traveling is the best thing you can do to learn that there is more to life than the town you grew up in. In this new series that I'm calling Before 30, I want to share what I've learned in these past 10 years before I enter this new era of my life. This is in no way meant to be rules for you to follow, but instead just a way for me to share some sisterly advice on why you shouldn't feel pressured to have everything figured out in your 20s. Life is short, and there's no reason why you shouldn't try to romanticize as much of it as possible so that you don't miss out on living a life you love rather than chasing the life you think you should have. Hi, this isn't a super exciting video, but I did want to start off by saying that I finally bought the DJI Osmo 3 Pocket. And I'm obsessed just because I think I just love buying new things. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I had been putting it off for a really, really long time. And my husband was like, just buy it. It's an investment. You're vlogging a lot more. You might as well just buy a good camera. And I did, and I'm obsessed. I feel a little bit more professional, even though my content was fine on my phone. It looked good to me, but I feel like this is just, I don't know, in my head I think I just look more professional, and therefore I'm more successful because I have this. Anyway, I didn't really I worked all day today, so I didn't really vlog today. I have bits and pieces from the last week that I'll probably just input for today's video just to kind of show you guys what I've been up to, which really isn't a lot. I basically work Monday through Friday, unfortunately, still. And I don't get out till 5. And at that time, I don't really want to go out and do anything else. So I really do kind of live for the weekends right now, but in a more humble way than I did prior, just because I'm not stressed about having to go into work. It's more so just I get to do things while I'm home, but I can't really go out. That's essentially my goal, I think, with YouTube. Just to be very transparent, I want YouTube to be my full-time job. And I'm a little upset that it took me so long to gain the confidence to just kind of start. And I'm very lucky that my husband's very supportive, and his family is very supportive of it too. I told them I wanted to buy this camera, and they're like, just do it. You can vlog us, it's okay. I'm just okay. I finally gave in and I bought it. And yeah, I'm super excited. I love it. I'm very excited to start the whole process. Even though I started my vlog a few months ago, I'm a lot more excited to actually vlog everything that I have coming up. And just I have all of these topics in mind that I really want to talk to you guys about, especially since I turned 30 this year and I still started the whole Before 30 series. I've actually been loving it. And I'm so excited to actually talk about all of these topics with you guys. So here's just kind of what I've been up to the past few weeks. Just kind of trying to do a little bit more on my days off than I would normally, just because the days are so pretty right now. The fact that the sun doesn't set until much later in the day. And over here in California, the weather, it hasn't been too hot, but the weather's been super nice. It was a little bit chilly today, even in my office. We have the windows open all the time. And I was a little bit cold today, not gonna lie. But the weather has been super nice, especially on the weekends. So we definitely try to go do a few things. But yeah, I'm just kind of gonna put it here, and hopefully you guys enjoy my little weekly vlogs. Yeah, that's kind of what my weeks are. We don't really do much, but when we do, we try to do something semi-fun. But that's kind of what my life is over here. We don't do too many things, but there's also so many things to do. So we try to do something. But we mainly are always eating. That's kind of our main thing. The place that we went to that I showed in the clip, we had been wanting to eat there for like a really long time. And so we finally went, and it's a dumpling place, but they have so many other things. And I was starving. And so like, of course, I was like, I'll pay for it. Like, let's just go out to eat. I ordered so many things. I ended up only liking like half of it. So we have so many leftovers in our fridge right now. It's crazy. But we're well fed for the next few days. So it was a choice. But anyway, today's topic, it's actually something that like I feel like I've struggled with for so long, and like now that I'm almost 30, like I just look back on my life, even though like I'm not that old. 30 isn't old, I promise. I feel so young still. Not physically, but like mentally. Physically I feel like an 80-year-old woman. As you can tell from the title, it's more to do with relationships, and that also includes friendships, just because like I spent so much of my 20s trying to like be the perfect person for like any sort of relationship, any friendship. Like I thought that I always had to be the one to change to like keep it safe and secure and intact, when in reality like that's just not how life works. Like you can't be everything to everyone, and you can't expect to get the same thing out of every relationship that you give in. That just doesn't happen. And I guess like growing up, I was such a people pleaser. I feel like I always said yes to everything. Like, you need me to go pick you up? Yes. You want to come sleep over? Yes. You want to go hang out with your friends? Yes. Like everything was more so like them coded, and regardless of what I wanted, just because I would rather me be upset than you be upset. And it's definitely still something that I struggle with now, but I feel like when it comes to like relationships and friendships, I'm a lot better at that portion of it, because I don't know, like I don't even have that many friends now, and it's because I just don't care to be that much of a people pleaser to you. Like if you're not going to be a good friend to me, like why would you expect me to be a good friend to you? You know, like literally like anyone, like a boyfriend or a friend, like could reach me at literally any point in time, 24/7. My phone was always on the loudest ringer, so that if they needed to call me at 2 a.m. to talk about something, I'd be there. I would be the one to answer. If they needed help or advice, I would be the person to do that. And I, at some point, realized like, wow, people don't actually do that same thing for me. And wasn't always the case. Like when I got into college, I found a few more friends that were very reliable. Like they honestly did drop everything if I needed them. And those are the friendships that I've carried on into these years. Like they were at my wedding, they were either in my wedding or at my wedding. Like I am now the same type of person with them, where if they need anything any time of day, I'll drop it and go do it, because I know that they're going to do the same thing for me. And same thing in my relationship with my husband. Like I never had to fight for his attention, and vice versa. And I know that when I need him, he's there, and when he needs me, I'm always there. And that's not just because we work from home together and we're literally always together. And when it came to my friendships, like I always felt, I don't know, I was always a little bit depressed, because I loved my friends more than anything. I literally would drop anything that I'm doing to go hang out with them. But the thing is, like, they, one, wouldn't do that to me. And two, I was really actually never invited anywhere. I remember even at some point in high school, I just realized, like, why am I trying to convince you to invite me somewhere? And that was like a constant thing. And like, even with a best friend that I considered to be my best friend, who we don't talk anymore either, it was, I don't know, maybe it was in my head, maybe it wasn't, it doesn't seem like it. But like we would always hang out when it was convenient. But then if her other friends would invite her out, I was never even a thought to invite. And part of the reason why at some point people just stopped inviting me to places was because I was never allowed to go. Like my mom didn't trust anyone. Like I couldn't go hang out with friends. She didn't like any of my friends, to be quite honest. And at some point they were just like, Annalise isn't going to go, so why are we going to invite her? But that was actually pretty sad for me too, because it's like, well, they no longer care to invite me. So yeah, I think at that point I just got really sad. But the same thing would kind of happen with relationships, to where I would drop anything for them. But I eventually found out that that was not the case if it was turned around. So I think one of my biggest lessons in my 20s was just that you can give your all to everyone, and you can have the best intentions of it, because you genuinely believe that you need to be there for them. This is what being a friend is. But not everyone's going to be that best friend back to you. And not every relationship is going to love you in the same way that you love them. And I think that's just a really big red flag to them, because you know that you're this good person. You know you would do all these things, but if they're not going to do it to you, like, what's the point? You're wasting so much time and energy focusing on other people when you can just be focusing on yourself. And like, at the end of the day, that's probably the most important relationship that you have, the one with yourself, which sounds so like melodramatic and like cheesy, but like, it's honestly the truth, because you are your own best friend. Like, you have to actually enjoy being alone with yourself, just like you would enjoy being in the same room as another person that you consider a best friend. It's kind of like they go hand in hand if you think about it. And what I found so funny, at literally the middle point of my 20s, so at 25, my ex broke up with me, which that was both of our faults, whatever. It ended. In that same year, my best friend for like 18 years stopped talking to me. And I won't get too personal about it because I don't really know what happened and I don't want to assume what happened, but basically those two relationships that were important to me ended. And right at that same time, I found my husband. Like, Marty was just like right there waiting for me, basically, and vice versa. Like, we just kind of found each other at the right time. And I think that just goes to show, like, the moment that you stop searching for something, it's gonna find you. And I know you've probably heard that so many times, because I know I have. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever. Like, I never believed it, because like, why isn't that good thing finding me yet? But like, the moment I stopped caring, it's the moment that I found someone worth caring about so much. And like, I haven't felt bad about myself since. I haven't had to question that relationship. And I've had friends since then that I'm still friends with to this day, that they're very supportive of everything that I do. They still talk to me. We don't even talk every single day, whether you're in your 20s or your 30s or whatever age you are. Like, you don't need to have that constant reminder that they're your friends. If you know that they're your friends and vice versa, like, going like a month or two without talking and then sparking up another conversation, I think that's totally fine. Like, I think those are actually the best friendships, because like, my social battery is very low. I would rather just not talk to anyone ever. I'd rather just be home and reading and cleaning and just organizing everything, which is another habit I have to get out of, because that's just, I don't know, that's not fun. But I feel like I'm finally in a place where I'm almost 30 and everything's just kind of aligning for me, at least like relationship wise. Like, I feel like I'm finally surrounded by the people that I should have always been surrounded with. The thing is, you just don't always find them when you want to find them. You find them when you need to find them. And I think that's actually pretty true about every single relationship that I've had. I've had them at certain parts of my life where I needed to have that person. Yeah, that's pretty cheesy, but it's pretty true actually. But back to you being your own best friend, like, it's so true, because I feel like in the age of social media, I got to the point where I think I hated all my relationships, or I was so unhappy with all of my relationships, because like, I just kept comparing my own life. So like, I didn't even know who I was, just because I kept comparing myself to everyone that I saw on social media. And that's so bad. Like, it's so bad for your mental health and your physical health. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, and I'm comparing my life to other people's lives. Like, you don't even know the whole story of where they got to where they are, or how they became as successful as they claim to be. You don't even know if that's true. But I did. And I sat there and I'm like, well, I'm not as pretty as this person, or I don't go and do as many things as this person, or I don't travel as much as this person. And, you know, in the world of social media, I've learned to really study influencers and other people's lives. A lot of them, they still really only post the highlights of their life. They don't show you that they have relationships that didn't work out, that they have friendships that they lost. All you see are the things that they want to show you. Like, they bought new clothes, they're going on a trip, they got invited somewhere, their skin looks perfect, their hair looks perfect, their outfit looks perfect, their relationship is perfect. And that's just not true. Like, no one does that. Like, I'm thinking of like one very particular person who I just won't name, but she's like in the Disney realm of influencers. That's kind of how she started. And at first I was like, oh my God, like I want to be like her. But now like learning about her and just like seeing her life and how she like chooses to be known on social media, I'm just like, that's not realistic. That doesn't even seem like a life that I want. And like you can see all of like, I followed like a lot of her friends because they're also influencers. And you can just tell that their personalities are so different that they're no longer in the same circles anymore. And now that like I've learned to like step back from social media and that none of it's true, I feel a lot more comfortable with myself. Like I don't need to buy the newest. I don't need to buy the newest makeup. I don't need to have brand new clothes for every single event. Like I have so many clothes in my closet. Like if you've seen one of my packing videos, I showed my closet and I have so many things in there. And I have another closet with coats. So, and I have drawers. Like I have so many things that I don't need more things. And especially when it comes to makeup, like I try to wait now until like I run out of makeup, but I'm like streaming off course. Basically, the moral of the story is you should definitely like nurture your own relationship first, because I promise you, like the moment that you figure out that like you're okay with who you are and like you actually love yourself, like your relationships with everyone else is going to improve by 100%. And I know that everyone is like on their own journey. Maybe you're someone who's lucky that in their 20s, you don't have this problem. I have yet to meet that person. But if you are, like, kudos to you. I'm so happy for you that you don't have any problems that pertain to this. But if you related to that in any way, like, I promise you, it's not going to happen when you expect it to happen. You're always going to find the people who are meant to be in your life, but you're going to find them in the most unexpected ways. One of my really close friends, I met her working at an attraction at Disney World. Another one, I met her because second semester at school, she moved into my same apartment. And like, that's just random. That's just random. Like I didn't go out. I wasn't trying to meet anyone. We just found each other. And yeah, we still talk to each other till this day. And those are basically my only 2 or 3 friends, which sounds so sad to someone who might have like 20 friends, which that I feel like that's a whole other topic. If you have 20 really close friends, I hate to break it to you, but like that's not healthy. But that'll be another video maybe. But yeah, I definitely feel like I spent most of my 20s just kind of staying close to friends and relationships that I kind of just like imagined the whole relationship in my head. Like the way that I thought that it wasn't really how it was. And unfortunately, everyone around me saw what it was like, and I just didn't believe them, because when you're the person in that situation, you don't want to hear that people are disagreeing with your decisions. That just kind of makes you want to continue doing it even more. And that's fine, because you're on your own journey, and there's no one to say that if I didn't go through what I went through, that I would have found the people that I found right now, or that I'd be where I am right now either. So that's kind of the annoying part of life, but it's also pretty exciting at the same time, because it's kind of like a little fun surprise at the end. But if you are watching this and you're in your 20s, I hope like the one thing that you take away from this at least is just that be sure to surround yourself with people who actually make you feel good about yourself and that actually push you to do better. Like, don't be friends with people who are always bringing you down or are always comparing each other. I don't know, just talk badly about you, like behind your back. Like, why would you want to be friends with someone like that? And same thing with relationships. Like, if they're talking bad about you to their friends and their family, that's a huge red flag. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you need to leave. And like, it kind of applies to you too. If you're talking badly to yourself, I don't know, something that I've seen people do is like, imagine saying that to your 5-year-old self. You most likely wouldn't dare to do that, because that's 5-year-old you. You were so sweet and innocent. You didn't know what was happening. Be proud of the fact that like you are where you are. Like 5-year-old you would actually be pretty proud of who you are, because you've probably accomplished so much, regardless of the friendships and the relationships that you've had along the way. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna figure it out. And whoever's meant to be in your life, like, they're gonna be there. And if they're not meant to be there, like, you need to accept that, because the more you force something, the more that it's not for you, and it's gonna backfire, and it's gonna be harder when it ends. And I feel like I rambled on for a long time, but I really do hope that I got my point across. Because I feel like I start talking a lot and like I don't really make sense, and like nothing's very cohesive, and like I literally have everything written down, and I still feel like I get off track. But I hope that you got the message. I hope that it made sense. I hope that if you're watching this, it's because you just really needed that type of advice and that you actually took something away from it. But yeah, I hope the 10 people who actually watch this video actually enjoyed it. But I have my next topic in mind and I'm probably gonna film that very soon. But yeah, I have my next video coming up. So hopefully when I'm editing this one, I'm already filming the next one. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.